Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies to same item. Current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Married at First Sight recap here on Jaden XD. We finally made it to the finale. However, we might have to cover the reunion.
No, we definitely will have to. Definitely will have to. But finally, I was waiting for this shit. And then I say, oh, y'all another 90-day iteration, huh? Because another one comes on in like a month.
Exactly.
In Texas.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited about it.
Kind of. I want to see like how many QAnons we're gonna get this time.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are we gonna cover it?
Let's see what they looking like on the first. You know how we do. Let's let the
true.
vibes lead us.
That's true because Life After Lockup or Love After Lockup is coming back, and one of our listeners is related to.
Yes. So we got a message, and I'll paraphrase. You hateful bitches, can you please not talk shit about my family? She didn't say that. She's just like, please tread lightly. And I listen.
I can only comment on what I see on the television.
That's it.
Screen.
I don't even know which one is your uncle. I have no aunt, cousin.
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't even know which one it is. So
Right.
Don't tell us, and then like feel away in private.
Yeah. Right.
Because
But
then
here
it'll
we
just make
are.
it worse.
Right. But here we are, season 12, episode 15. Real life starts now, and it's the finale. So they've been away from each other about a day to think about shit, because I guess
Not
only
enough
you only
time.
need a day to figure out the rest of your life, apparently.
Right. 8 weeks in a day.
Yeah. I mean, valid.
Sure.
I mean, like
I mean,
getting in shape or like transitioning into a new career path or something. You know what I mean?
oh yeah, I was
Yeah.
sorry. My cat is hunting.
What is your cat going
She's
through?
hunting right now. There's some birds outside the window, and Mama is like, she's.
Have you ever put on those cat videos for her on YouTube?
No.
Like they have like videos for cats and dogs for you to put on while you're at work or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
I'm just
My
telling you,
TV turns off after a certain period of time. She's like, girl, we're going to sleep. And then I think all my TVs do that. They have a timer thingy. And then, no, nigga, I'm not putting on YouTube all goddamn day. It's expensive as electricity. Trill will watch what we watch. She watches the plant. She's good. She's good. She's got the streets of Brooklyn to look after.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm usually here, so she watches whatever I watch. She loves the new adventures of old Christine.
That's fair.
Yeah. But
Okay.
here we are
So-
on decision day.
Right. A lot of this episode was recapping, so we're just going to get right to the nitty gritty of each of the
Yeah.
couples, right?
Yeah.
So we start off with Offred and Anderson Paak
Graham
Graham Cracker.
Now, if I must say,
Lycra.
Offred looked nice. She had
She
on
did.
a jazzy shoulder, but like a corporate situation.
Mm-hmm.
And she low-key looked like if Offred escaped from Gilead and had to go do like a redemption tour throughout Canada and wherever to talk about her story, she would wear what Offred here had on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
would, like,
Bad bitch
on her
pumps.
book tour.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm into it. That's true. He cleans up pretty well outside of that little handlebar mustache he got going on, which, again,
I'm ready for him. I'm ready for him to big chop and grow out that perm. I'll tell you that right now.
So I thought about this, right? Like, what if he like hot combs it?
He don't hot comb that. That is a perm. Just for me.
He might. I don't know. Like, there's got to be something.
Nah.
I gotta look at the. I actually gotta look at
His
the other
hair's been
brother's hair
fried,
too.
dyed, and blow dried. I don't believe that's a hot comb. That nigga perms that patch, but not
That's
the
okay.
beard.
But you know what? Not saying that he is a homosexual. However, what I am going to say is, all the homosexuals you may or may not know has had a perm in their head a time or two.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
It's a rites of passage. We all go through it.
I know, nigga. I'm friends with all of y'all. I've seen every last one of you with a perm or two.
Yeah. It's either bone straight or a curl.
Oh yes, and I'm so glad that the curl is not happening as much because I'm like, baby, they're like, I'm going natural. No, you're not, but it's okay.
Right. Right. Child. I'm not trying to. And that's also my fear of being this age because I'm not trying to look like Holiday Heart. You know what I mean?
Oh no, sugar, I won't let you do that.
Because you know, old gays love to grow their hair out
I know,
and have
and then
that
put a
kind of
perm.
situation.
I know, but I won't let you do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Great.
talked big shit about you before you walked in here and went back to the streets like.
Anyway, so I also want to say, like, I really enjoyed Dr. Pepper on here. I could do without therapist Sofia Vergara,
Yeah.
but especially after what happens later in the episode.
Well, I don't know though.
But-
No, actually, she didn't bother. Like, cause she was just like,
I'll-
she was the one who was like, "This is some bullshit."
I know. She wasn't wrong, but we'll get to that. So, they ask what they learned about one another and yada yada yada. And again, he says that he's learned a lot, and that how he understands how difficult he can be. She said that she's hopeful but realistic. But she understands that the sex thing does need time. 'Cause she's
Girl.
like, we have only known each other 2 months, but okay, work. And
She better.
they jump. I realized they jumped to the decision part really quick because I'm like, well, how long is this episode supposed to be? Because they block it off with that with that new shit or whatever. So I was surprised that they didn't drag it out as long, but I also fast forward all the recap. So
Well, so I with them, theirs went faster, I think, than most because they didn't really have a lot of It was like,
Mama was just mad she wasn't getting fucked.
that's
all.
pretty much it. And I was actually surprised. I was yes, I was wrong and slightly surprised, but then slightly not at the same time. He decided to stay. He decided to stay married. We knew she was going to want to stay married, so and I know producers had to put that whole, they have to put that little suspense bullshit on there and all that. They're like, well, I have to weigh each and every decision. But ultimately, they belong together.
Yeah, it worked for them. Like you said, producers make them say these long drawn out speeches, or it has highs and lows where you think they're about to say no, but they say yes anyway.
They both deserve each other's love. And I said it back when, like, early on. I feel like I can see them balancing each other really well. As old people, she be the spicy old lady out in these streets with her neon sneakers, and he at home painting lawn furniture or whatever the fuck, they do.
He's at home.
He's at home with his big booty, just, being. So, but I do think that they balance each other well enough, and I like Offred, so.
Yeah, I like her a lot, so good
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah.
So the funny part about evil villain of rom-coms thing is just to get to it. How they didn't even ask if y'all are staying or going.
Didn't.
And the question was phrased in, if she were to tell you, I want to make this work, would you change your mind?
First of all, can I say, even before all that, Mama walked in bubbly and ready to go. She's like, woo! It's day-day, nigga! I'm getting divorced!
She said, I feel great today.
She's like, I'm good! And his face was, she's like, stunning! And his face was,
Right.
his face was like, bitch.
Right, he was so mad. He came in there. He did look good, though. Again, he cleans up nice with the jacket.
Yeah, he looks like a professional gargoyle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
He looks like, I've been trying to figure out what he looks like.
Oh,
You may have to Google this. But no, he gives very much like Tom of Finland.
Wait, why does that sound familiar? Hold on.
Kids, don't Google that.
Tom of Finland.
Mm-hmm.
Finnish art?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a... Does he have two dicks? What's happening?
But he gives very Tom of
He
Finland
is
art.
very Tom of Finland. Ah! Look, in his graham crackers booty.
See?
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Wait, let me see. Oh, yes. Yeah. Very, very Tom of Finland.
Especially when he had on that tank top with all them cuts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Woo.
I'm mad it took me forever to figure that shit out. But anywho.
Oh, I love it though.
He came in there not wanting to be there. So
Yeah,
there
he
was
hates
no
her.
chance of reconciliation. So their part was really just like, we know you're getting divorced, but is there any type of positive, experience that happened?
Well,
And
here's the thing.
yeah.
She's very much like, well, I've learned a lot about communication. This is going to help me going forward. I learned where, I hold back on certain things and so forth and so on. You just don't give a fuck about my recording today, do you? You're just going to hunt these birds right outside. Okay, anyway. So, she tells him she feels like he projected a lot of his shit onto her within like the very first week. He calls her out for lying again. But ultimately she's like, I definitely learned how to communicate better and like how to process things better. And I think that's going to help me with being more open going forward. And he's like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Silent.
Silent toe. Like he's like, yeah, I don't know. I didn't learn shit, and
This was a waste of time.
it was a waste of my goddamn time. But y'all be cool.
Which, lets her know that what she says later is just like, well, I made the right decision then. If you're
Yeah.
not even thinking about like this experience as a whole, how it's changed you. Because I know I'm dead inside, but I know that kind of situation would have been like, oh shit. I'm not saying that I am gonna write a book and do some eat, pray, love shit, but I could feel like, maybe I should, check my tone a little bit, check what I'm saying with myself first before I spit it out. You know what I mean?
Not Tom from Finland. This nigga said this nigga said, I'm optimistic and hopeful because I've taken a few kicks to the dick in life.
Mhm.
But that nigga is outside of that there's no accountability, there's no lessons, there's no he's like, it's been fun kind of girl, not really.
Right. Vegas was cool.
Right.
it
I got
was
your
alright.
cookies at least one of them nights, so I didn't walk
Yeah.
away empty-handed.
Right. Although, yeah, she was drunk and only did it because she felt like she had to, which is really kind of like, ooh, big yikes.
Yeah. I mean, not really. We knew this was coming.
So I kind of want to save.
Yes. Let's save them for the last.
Okay. So they had 2 decision days, and thank God that they did, because the blacks were on at the end of decision day 1, and they take up a lot of time. So we move on to decision day 2, and we meet with QAnon and Malibu.
Uh-huh. Yes.
Now
Malibu, yeah.
she comes in there, again, stoic, just like, I'm not really here for this bullshit. Like, she just is just like, he's never going to change.
Yeah.
Almost have us convinced that she isn't going to say yes.
Yes. I wasn't actually fully convinced. I wanted her to say no, but I wasn't convinced she was going to.
So he's like, the issues that we have is her friends. And he ultimately says that he wants her to need him.
I'm so over that bullshit. I'm so over this need
And
bullshit.
and he starts to cry and get emotional.
Which is weird.
Yeah. And then,
What do you think his
Captain
tears
Morgan
taste like?
is like, well, as of now, probably Jack and Johnny, Coors.
Wild turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe. Well, anyway, so QAnon is going through his whole same spiel. I want to be your person. I want to need you.
Did you see where he licked his hands and then rubbed his face and then rubbed his hair?
No. My spirit probably wouldn't allow me to watch that. That is filthy. What you think it
It was
smelled
while
like?
he was sitting there.
With her there?
Yes.
In front, this nigga licked his hands in front of everybody and did this shit?
It's like he was just like this and then went like this and went like this. Go back and watch.
I don't know if I
Wait,
want
there might
to.
be a clip on Twitter. Hold on.
Yeah, find me one. I need to see this nigga lick his hands. What you think it
But-
smelled like?
Gross. I don't. Oh, I found it. Here we go. It's so gross.
Send it to me now.
I'm
Let me
sending
see.
it to you now so you can see. This is very tragic.
In the meantime, it's Stevie Wonder's birthday, niggas. Ow.
I know.
That's my favorite.
Superwoman, best song of his ever. We could also debunk the myth that Songs in the Key of Life is his favorite song, is the best album.
You know I'm all the way down for this. Don't play with me on a good day, okay? Don't do this, because I am here for it.
You see it?
Oh, he really did. Oh my God!
Right.
It looks like he's doing it, and like he's trying to quickly do it in secret.
Yeah.
Well, I have thoughts. Okay, keep going, because I have thoughts about them.
Well, in any event, she kicks back to him and is just like, "Oh, I don't know, bro. You a little controlling, a little weird." But in the midst of all that, he gets down on one knee and asks her to, stay married or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, she's like, "Yes!" And they stay together. And here he is again, licking his hands and rubbing his...
And going back into his speeches about wanting her to trust him and need him and be her person and wah, 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 wah. She says she's confident in them.
It's hard not to watch this on repeat. This
I
clip
know!
of him looking-
Like over and over, right? I can't stop. I literally can't stop. This nigga licked the tip of his... He did. But what was the purpose?
Ooh, smooth.
You see his
Every time he does that,
you
lick
see his
smooth.
Republican tie?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's definitely a GOP tie.
Facts.
Proud to be an American.
Now here's where oh yes. So, he proposes and we find out later on that he actually QAnon calls the Grand Wizard her daddy to ask him if he can ask whatever the fuck.
That blessing shit that I made a big fuss about.
I fucking hate that blessing bullshit. It's so stupid.
Remember how I said on, what was it, 90 Day Fiance or Love at First Sight? One of them hoes we was watching. And they went through this whole big ordeal about having the blessing. Oh, Married at First Sight. Not Married at First Sight. Married Millions.
Marrying
That's
Millions.
What it was. Right. And it was just like, this goes back to ownership or whatever. Like, who the fuck cares what your daddy twice divorced?
Listen, I love my dad. I love my dad boots. Y'all know that. That nigga don't dictate shit about where I live, who I'm with, or nothing. Like, there's nothing, unless it's some wild shit happening. But no, get this antiquated bullshit out of here. I just want to know if you're okay with that. Like, have y'all fucked already? Ain't you living in the same house? Don't you walk her damn dogs?
And what were you gonna say if he said no?
Right.
Like, what were you gonna do if he said no?
That's my other point. Y'all still gonna do it anyway. So this is bullshit. This is all for facade. So I mean, I get that sometimes it's part of people's cultures and so forth and so on. It's dumb. But yeah. So this shows me how different white people are. Cause let me tell you something. I'm fine with differences of opinions. We could be different people. Me and my husband have different ways of doing things, and then we come together. But there ain't no black ass way on this whole planet that you about to be whole KKK, Ku Klux Klan, Grand Wizard, QAnon, January 6th. Where the fuck were you? And I'm like, yeah. Foundationally, we're quite different, but I see the good in you. I don't want to be with you.
That's what killed me about. I mean, outside of just him just being annoying and weird.
So you said fuck your sister, huh?
Right. But Eric made it very clear, and he kept throwing this like, you're from a different background. You're from a different background. You're from a different background. I'm like, we understand this coded language, right?
Yeah.
Like, we understand that you're either calling her poor or you're calling her liberal.
Yeah, one or the other. And I think you're calling her both.
Me too.
You poor lefty.
You poor liberal.
Because the way that he talks about her, he might as well. It's like he'll talk to his family and be like, I love her so much. I just can't see myself without her. But, we're from two different worlds. She's like an orphan. She's an orphan who's like super liberal.
Yeah, he talks to her like she's like in Losing Isaiah sometimes. It's wild.
Like she's a motherfucking lost boy. Like she about to walk off the plank with Captain Hook, nigga. He talks
like
about
she
her
is
crazy.
Like wild. And I'm just like, okay, I get it. And part of me feels like you definitely want to stay married to her because she's younger and this is somebody you feel that you can control.
Yeah.
Just like your father. I've been watching a lot of One Tree Hill, and this is the same storyline, so I've been very sensitive.
I've been so fascinated by your TV choices. You always come through with something.
I know, but listen, there's tea there, okay? See? Because Chris Rogers is right here. He was like...
Y'all have fun with the Nilla mess. You can come back and report to me.
Yeah, I mean... It's fine.
Well, we need to go back. While you talking about One Tree Hill, nigga, let's go back and watch College Hill, nigga. Let's do that.
Oh, I do.
Oh, shit.
We finished all the Negro stuff at the beginning of the pandemic. Now I've got to move on to the white stuff.
Which season was it with the girl who had the skunk hair?
Oh, they all blended together.
No, it was a girl with a black and blonde hair.
Was it 3?
Huh?
Was it
Maybe.
3?
I don't know.
Which college were they at?
I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
Like we watched like
Wasn't I in college
Began.
during College Hill?
yeah.
Yes, I was living my life. That's why I never watched each episode.
No, actually we might have been.
Or was I grown?
No, we were.
In
We were
college?
in college.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
we were in college. Because I was mad because they would never come to my school, but I also went to like a non HBCU, so they would never come.
Let me look at this. Oh, yeah. I was staunchly in college and then...
It was like 05.
Uh-huh, yeah. Yeah.
We could go back and review it.
Maybe, I don't
also
know.
Baldwin Hills. You know, remember when they tried to do the Negro?
I
the
do
Hills?
remember. I didn't watch it.
They're like, yeah, we went through a lot of the black shit first because we was at home.
Can I be
and we
honest?
were scared for our lives.
Because everybody knows how I feel about peach people. But rich blacks...
Oh, let me tell you.
Rich
they
blacks
the
are
worst.
insufferable. That's why I don't go to Atlanta that much. Because I can't. 'Cause I just
At least you recognize the wealth.
I do. I'm like, oh, you're so highfalutin.
Yes. Cafe Olay.
I'm good. But Jack and Jill. I don't.
Yeah.
It's just not my type of time. But that's all right. There's no judges.
Yeah, they're astute and esteemed black people
Yeah.
tend to, not all, but tend to err on the side of
Yeah. And I don't
That.
come from that type of family at all. Like, not even a little
Yeah.
bit. Shit gets
Yeah.
wild over here. So, I just let it be.
That's valid. That's valid, though. That's valid. Well, either way, they say they're going to stay married and womp womp. Nobody cares.
Pretty much.
Right. So then we move on to Heather, Headley, and Mero.
And Mero.
Now, we already knew what was going to happen.
We knew.
So we will cut right to the chase. He proposes to her with her favorite. What
Wait.
happened?
I will say, before all of that, the suspense part, which production, yes.
Oh, what he called her rude?
Yes, but he was like serious. Nigga was
Yeah.
like, her being direct and really kind of rude still bothers me. And I was like, she's not rude, bro. Like, she's not rude at all.
You know why I casted that off? Is because I was focused on that button on that jacket. Because it was like the jacket, it was holding on.
Oh,
like,
I know.
Like in Vogue.
I know, because Papa's been eating a lot of, arroz con pollo right now. He's trying to teach her how to make everything, mofongo and...
What's the fried cheese called? Because Dominican breakfast is my favorite breakfast. And it's where you get the salami and then the fried cheese.
Oh, mango and all that. I love me a Dominican breakfast, nigga. I love me
with
a
the egg and a really strong coffee.
Yes. Bustelo.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only things I miss about living in the Bronx.
Yeah, that's the only redeeming thing about the Bronx. Between that and hip hop.
And Stu Leonard's.
Oh. Wow. I have not heard that name in a long periodically
I love Stu Leonard.
time.
They have delicious apple cider.
Stu Leonard. Okay, shout out to Eckerd.
Wow. Wow. Why don't you just throw Mervin's in there?
Down at the Filene's.
Filene's basement, baby.
Next to Loman's.
Let me tell you something. My parents, my mother would be like, we're going down to Filene's to see if we can find some jeans and things.
A coat.
Y'all love it. I was like, me and my sister, Filene's basement again. Kids hate that place, and it smells like basement.
It does. It does.
And who the fuck is Filene? Anyway,
Right.
Anyway,
Right. That's a deep dive. Who the fuck is that?
We should do that.
Yeah.
Let's
Who was
do that.
Filene?
Oh, this
And why
nigga
was
licking his
she?
fingers again and popped up on my Lick your fingers, young man. That's how his mother used to wipe his face before he went into school.
Okay. Yes. So Heather Headley and Miro. Yes, he addresses her being rude, and she's like, I can't change who I am.
Facts.
I can check my tone, but I'm not gonna mince my words or mince how I feel. And so, we all knew that they were gonna stay together, but he gets down on one knee and he looks under the couch, and he pulls out this box, and it's a box with a cheesecake in it that says, "Will you marry me?"
Which is cute.
And of course, she breaks out into tears because she said, "Fuck a ring, I want cheesecake."
I mean, big mood, earth sign, gang, gang.
Valid.
Yeah.
So, it was cute, and they're staying together.
Which we already knew.
Right.
They actually genuinely seem like, I mean, listen, I still think this whole process is batshit, but, to each his own. They seem genuine and sincere, and I really hope he goes to therapy.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Okay, so last but not least,
Let me pull up. Okay. Whoo.
right, Black Mormon Weave Lady and #blessed. So he comes in with his ankles out.
That is exactly what I put. All his ankles are out.
So I knew this was about to be some bullshit. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Well, yeah, And his hair, he didn't use the sponge today. What is the spikiness at the end? Does he too
don't
have
know.
a slight perm?
I don't know. It's Atlanta.
I think he's blow drying, and he's from Chicago.
I feel like he probably has a barber that's does hair shows and stuff like that.
He dresses like somebody. He dresses like that.
Like some Bonner show type of thing.
Now, if you notice with each couple, when they do the recap thing, they have to go over how they felt about that person when they first saw them, and how things have developed and so forth and so on. I had to make note of some of the stuff she said. When I first saw Chris, I thought he was a well-groomed man. Both of their their descriptions of one another are just so textbook. She's a perfect wife. She's got these qualities. Da 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 da. But I thought he was a well-groomed man. I don't know. Maybe because that's not what I'm looking for. Then she went into all these amazing qualities and then says, but he leaves me feeling confused and rejected. And he didn't let God
called you
lead
ugly
us.
the
Right.
entire time, but fucked you down, but continued to call you ugly.
He called her ugly as many times as they call Celie ugly in The Color Purple. And we counted how many times of that?
97.
Yeah. It's about the same. It's about the same.
It's a lot. This whole scenario with them was a journey. They were both of the episode. I guess they were trying to make up for lost time. And so, Dr. Pepper asks about what happened. Was there any positive moments from this experience? And he talks about being the last day that they were together. Playing pool was positive. And Paige goes on and says, God put us together for a reason.
I'm so sick of that shit. And I know God wants to lay hands on her, and not in the way that they talk about it in the church. He's very Nene right now. Why you keep bringing me into this?
Right. Now, why am I in it?
Like,
I wasn't saying nothing to
I
nobody.
wasn't saying nothing to nobody.
So, you know, therapist Sofia Vergara was like, I gotta ask, girl, why'd you keep going back?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I really wanted her to say it was something in his backstroke, but I didn't want to like it.
I did want her to. I'm like, it's because he got that monster dick. I just wanted her to like give me something, sister. But she said she was honest though. She said she was hopeful about the idea of marriage, and it allowed her to lose herself in the process. And that was I'm so glad that she recognized it and spoke on it. But this still didn't stop her from continuing to act on those same emotions.
I don't know, dog. Because maybe I've been watching a lot of Survivor because we just got back. But like,
Your show choices.
there's no way you can tell me that you're that much in love with the idea of love.
Nah, not that
marriage,
much for a nigga to call you ugly 97 times.
And then allow him to get your goods raw dogging. I mean,
And then make you sit down with his ex-fiance, new baby mama.
Right.
Be flippant and dismissive and nasty the entire time. Just nasty. And let me tell you something. He could have flooded the whole production set with his fucking tears. I wouldn't have given a shit, okay? This nigga could have drowned in his own tears in that car, and I wouldn't have given two hot fucks, okay? Not a peanut butter or a jelly, because this nigga is wretched. So he even in his description of her, she's loyal and she's this, and I felt like an ally when we read the Bible together, and she's intelligent and she's blah blah blah. All these amazing qualities, right? All these amazing qualities, but you treated her like absolute basura. So Dr. Thunder asked how he could have been kinder to her. And this nigga responds to saying, well, first of all, I wish I should have moved into the apartment.
Right.
You were the best thing I never cherished and embodied everything I ever wanted in a wife. Kiss my ass, nigga. She should have kicked him in the dick.
Twice.
Okay. Or once for every episode that he acted like this.
Every time he called you ugly, girl.
But he apologized and kept going into she's everything he needed, and he didn't appreciate her, and she's skinning and fucking grinning. I've been waiting for that. And go ahead.
Yeah. And then he tells us. So he tells us that Mercedes, Bernice, Braxton, she lost the baby. And we knew that. We talked about that a couple of episodes ago. And so, he talks to her about, he's crying and shit, and that's when he runs to his car.
And I hated this part because he was playing a victim. He was taking accountability. I'm saying that with like the strongest of italics. But he was talking about how shitty he treated her the entire time, but then just boo-hooing about how terrible he looked and wasn't within himself. And
right, I feel like he only apologized because he was embarrassed.
Yeah,
not because of that's the only level of his narcissism would allow him to apologize.
Exactly.
So, when she runs after him in the car and she convinces him to come back, because she's like, I'm concerned with your mental health. And it was just like, girl, you have two therapists. And you were here.
And need one more.
Need one
at
more.
least.
So they come back and, it's the decision time. And so he answers for them and he says, we're undecided.
Did you peep how she apologized on their behalf?
Oh, well, after...
no, when they walked back in from going to his car.
Oh, yes. She was like, I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry. We're so sorry.
Right.
And what? And then, like you said, he answers for the both of them.
They're undecided. So that's when things spiced up even more. And therapist Sofia Vergara was like, nah.
Fuck all of this. Fuck this
Yeah.
shit. Fuck professionalism. Fuck HIPAA.
Yeah.
Fuck all this shit, nigga. No, I don't give a fuck about therapist rules. I don't give a fuck about what you not supposed to know. No, nigga, I'm vetoing this whole shit. You playing in her face. You playing in our faces. I'm sick of the shit. Y'all not gonna sit here and act like this shit ain't some bullshit. No.
Right. And
Mood.
#bless starts to come after her. And he's like, "This you're projecting. This is what you want for us, not what we want." And of course, she gets up and goes, starts crying and leave again. Like, this is very Maury. You know what I mean?
It took them. You peep. They said it took them 6 hours to get through this.
6 hours. I would have looked like Pastor Cal too. Like, damn.
I made plans today because I knew y'all niggas wasn't like. I knew this shit was gonna be quick. You've given us
Yeah.
everything this whole season.
Right.
Kiss my
Child.
ass. I hate this nigga.
Anyway, Pastor Cal gives him some real advice. He's like, you have to do right by him, by her, and yourself too. The producers comfort Paige, and they're just like, okay, girl, so he don't have a baby no more, coming no more. So what?
He still called you ugly mad times.
Right, like,
Like, what you doing?
right. And your homegirl said no. Your homegirl said to leave him alone.
So speaking of homegirls,
Um,
I told you all we got an email and we had the opportunity to potentially sit down with Black Christian Weave Lady. And yeah, we've both decided no, that was actually not a good idea, because there is nothing constructive that can be said over here at this Jaden XD that is going to, and if I personally don't have the patience of these doctors nor the education, and everyone knows I ain't got the patience of God. So you come in my face one more time talking about God ordained this, I'm gonna slap you on his behalf.
yeah.
I don't have anything for this.
And neither should she.
No, should. Operative
Like,
word.
Right. Like, why on earth would you think that this would be different? Like, I need some time to think. Bitch, for what?
Why?
Why?
Do you want?
Thinking is what got you in this mess in the first place. You know, clearly your level of thinking isn't apropos.
No,
you know
because
what
I don't
mean?
know what you over there thinking about.
Right.
60%.
You thinking about the wrong stuff.
60% sure.
You thinking about the wrong stuff, Mary. Okay.
Hmm.
So they come back, and she finally says, "No, we got to get a divorce, dog.
Yeah.
It's a no for me. For my mental health, because she has 2 therapists, which is great. She needs another one.
Does.
And of course, his face is cracked. Like, dun, dun, dun.
Because this nigga thought they was
So
going to
we're-
ride off of the chariot in the distance. He also thought,
Just because.
because this is why Sofia Vergara got so upset. Excuse me. Because in him saying all of that stuff, excuse me, at that moment, was manipulative. That's God.
Get it out.
That's God.
Yeah.
It was manipulative. It was manipulative for him to decide at this very last minute to try to take all this shit and explain how sorry he is, and then turn around. And I don't think we ever gave us a fair chance. No, nigga, you never gave us a fair chance from the time 3 minutes after our reception that you told my homegirls we were ugly, that I was ugly. So I just think it was trash that he tried to do all of this right now in the 17th hour.
And they don't look good together. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I mean, I don't. They look
They didn't look good together.
Well, that's because he's rotting from the inside out. So, he's not going to look good with anybody. But, and then his ankles, nobody could focus on anything but them ankles. It's just a lot happening there.
The young people love having their ankles out. You know what I mean?
They all dress like tacky
They
basketball
all dress like
players.
David Ruffin. Yeah.
Yeah. Basketball players with their ankles out just infuriates me. You're just so
Like David
large of a
Ruffin.
nigga to be having these.
Yeah, and have your dainty ass ankles
I'm
out.
just like, but you're just so big, nigga. Let the pants go all the way down.
Right. Is everything on your body cold but your ankle? Is that your heat source? Is that a vent for you?
I hate it. It's just a personal thing for me.
Right,
But I was irritated with her. She's skinning and grinning and fucking smiling and yeah, all over the place the whole time, except for when she broke down. And I do understand this is heavy, but it's this weight of this shouldn't feel like this, because this nigga showed you who he was 2 months ago. 2 months ago, when he brought his fiance around and said, hey, I want you to meet her. Why? I have no clue, because I still think you're ugly and I don't want to be with you, but I think we should sit down and have this conversation. He did it at every turn that he possibly could, and all of a sudden he wants this little redemption. Kiss my motherfucking ass, nigga. That's why you got your Subway repoed. He just leaving this shit broken alone. He ain't got nothing. He ain't got no X. He ain't got no Now. He ain't got no Subway.
I imagine him like the shit getting repoed. Like, you know how when they put a boot on your car now, how they don't put it on the tire, they put it on the windshield. Like, what if they put like a boot on like the front of like the door?
Subway.
No,
Eat
nigga.
fresh. No, nigga. You can't sit here. So
Can't sit here.
woo, that would tickle me.
Yeah, it would.
But yeah, he got
Whites
nothing.
only.
He got nothing.
Yeah, nah. He got nothing. He's alone.
Whites
And
only.
when he died,
No, whites
all he
only.
left us was alone.
Meanwhile, QAnon just skips right on into the Subway. I own this now.
Okay. I'm the captain now. Okay.
And the Grand Wizard. So
Okay. And then they turn it into a fucking Jimmy John's and shit.
or where
Jersey Mike's.
where do like Klansmen, where do they get lunch?
Oh, Jersey Mike's.
Oh, okay. That sounds about right. A Jersey Mike.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason that's never sat right in my spirit. I've never wanted to eat there.
So, funny story. I'm going to name drop, so just letting you know.
Okay. Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah. So, when I did my TED Talk, I did it with Jamel Hill. So, Jamel Hill and I became like really close really quickly because we were the only two blacks there.
That's usually how it happens.
And we both were looking around. We were like, we were at Penn State, and they have odes to like Sandusky and Paterno. We were like, okay, this is all weird. So on the day of the shit, they decided to feed us with Jersey Mike subs. Now, I had never seen any of these in the wild, and neither had she. And so we were like, okay, fine. They wined and dined us the whole time or whatever, but now is the day of the convention or whatever, or the talk. They want to give us Subway, like sandwiches from Jersey Mike's. So we're just like, I was like, Jamel, I'm starving. Because, I'm nervous because I don't want to eat because I don't want to like throw up on stage and shit like that. And she was like, it's going to be okay. It's fine. Also, Cheska Lee, Fran was also there, right? And so she was like telling me to eat. She was like, make sure you eat something. Make sure you eat something. I'm like, okay, fine. Because I had a bunch of like whiskey.
Oh.
I was nervous. Right. So I get there and, there's the subs or whatever. And I took a bite. Did you know I cracked a tooth?
because those sandwich. I was gonna say this is racist. You know, you could sue.
Right.
You should go sue the TED Talk
cracks.
people, the TEDx people.
Like, I was like, what is this?
Attempted murder.
And like, listen.
Damn, double homicide.
Double homicide.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Now, mind you, I'm okay with a dry sandwich. You know what I mean? Because not all
No, them
mayo
niggas
is
they
created
set you up,
equally.
friend. They gave you whiskey and they gave you racist sandwiches.
Mm-hmm. I was in Penn State eating racist sandwiches
At Penn
not showing
State?
teeth. Don't you? It was Penn State. Like, that's also where they had the whole like
I know.
like ode to Sandusky and Paterno. It's so strange. That's why me and Jamel were like, "Oh, girl, we have to go home."
John Wilkes Booth Parade. Like,
Okay, what is going on?
they would try to get your black ass the fuck ASAP.
Oh my gosh. And then mind you, after the whole ordeal, we go to we
shit.
go hang out with a couple of other people that were in the conference, and we go to this like bar area. Mind you, it looks like any rundown hole in the wall that you could find in middle America.
Okay, I've been to a few of those.
But they also sold food.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Actually, I'm gonna save this story for another
Yeah.
for another time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm curious.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm gonna save it
curious.
for another time.
But ultimately,
they
hashtag
had-
blessed is alone. Black Christian weave lady. I hope she goes to find another therapist and some real love. So now all the couples gather together.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they gather together or whatever, and they're like, hey, we still family. We all gotta have one last hoorah, brouhaha, all that or whatever. So they get together and they have a little what do you call it?
A ponderosa.
Sure, yeah. There was like cheese and wine. Of course, there was wine.
Oh, they had like a networking event.
Yes. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, the networking. Yeah, the networking. event.
And this is where QAnon tells us that he asked the Grand Wizard permission to quote unquote propose. Evil Villain says he didn't learn anything at all. The shit just didn't work, and that's just that on that.
Yeah.
They almost have one more argument until Rom-Com is like, you know what, fuck this shit. I'm not even with your ass no more. Like, I don't even have to deal with this. I don't even have to, you didn't learn shit. You know what? Good. Don't go learn shit with your steak and eggs and going about your business because mama is free. Okay? And so that just confirmed for her that she made the right decision. Black Christian weave lady says that 60% of her was considering staying married to this ankled out nigga. And she's like, he told me I'm the best thing he never appreciated. They played some weird music because everybody's looking at her like, bitch, what the fuck?
Everybody looked at her like.
Seagrams was like, he said that? She's like, so what was your thought process? Like, in potentially saying yes? Like, bitch, what? And this is where Black Christian weave lady won't speak on the miscarriage, but she's like, there's some things that happened, which again is very insensitive right now in this time on both of y'all's behalf. It's just insensitive. And it's dumb because this shit was doomed from day one, just like Pastor Kyle said. So, but she said it was a really tough process, and Offred is looking like,
Right.
bitch, I hope I never speak
Disgusted.
to you again after this. But she's like, I hope
Disgusted.
she finds somebody that she deserves. Somebody she don't feel 60% about, and somebody who don't feel 60% about her. I hope she finds some happiness. And then Ankles McGee walks in with a pair of ripped Fashion Nova pedal pushers.
Mm-hmm. Straight from Fordham.
in patent leather loafers and a satin jacket with a British button. I don't. It was.
And you know what kills me about his whole outfit, like his whole outfit choices, is the fact that I know he was at Lennox all day.
You know he was, and you know he was in the mirror talking about looks with the W. Like you know,
I
you
know
he
he was at Lennox all day trying to get Freshka, and it just
He's like, I'm about to
was not
stun
working.
on hoes. She's about to realize why that was the worst decision she ever fucking made, nigga. He had a
Right.
yeast infection in those pants. Did you look at those pants?
Oh, absolutely.
They was from Good
BV
American.
jeans. BV jeans, I'm telling you, girl. Could have baked bread in that shit.
Okay. Sourdough. Like,
Okay.
'cause
I know it's still hot in Atlanta, even in the wintertime.
I was like, these tucking jeans, but so.
Yeah, he was wearing tucky
Tucking
jeans.
jeans, nigga. You have a vagina.
Yes. Listen.
Okay.
I once wore real skin tight jeans
I've
at
seen-
one point in my
I
life.
remember. Wasn't that long
And
ago.
right. And those jeans are
XD used to
those
wear.
jeans
He used to
were-
wear tucking jeans and a 3-way poncho. Luke's.
I did. Listen,
I have the pictures.
it's fine.
And he apologizes to everybody at the meet up about his behavior, and again narcissistic, because he says something about, I hope this didn't affect you all's personal relationships. Like, nigga, now why the fuck
Nobody was even thinking about
not
you.
a single solitary person here? So
No.
outside of her ass. So they were like, no, nigga, we good. We are great, actually. We're amazing, but sorry for you. And sorry to this lady.
Right.
And then him and QAnon shake hands and make up. And as much as I hate this nigga, I hated that even more. 'Cause I just, it didn't sit right in my spirit. I was like, no, I'm never apologizing to that man. I don't care how wrong it is. I'm never. I'd be like, sorry to everybody but him. Because he voted for Trump. And that's just against my whole existence. And so.
And not even that, but like, he was being like, no, fuck him.
Yeah. He was like, you saw his face when he was talking. And I was like, I hate everything. Maybe both of them should just eat each other like beta fish. Like, maybe they both get each other.
Maybe
up outta
Rocky will
here.
eat both of them.
That would be great, actually. I hope Rocky does eat both of them and freeze that lady from her own prison that she's creating for herself.
Or Miska. We need
Where's Mishka? Her eyes gonna start glowing.
Okay. Yeah.
Because Offred might be a witch. I'll just Miska, eat them.
It is so funny because now when I watch Handmaid's Tale, I see her face.
Oh, I actually see her face more than I see
Me too.
Jude's. And it fucks me up.
It's a better face too. By
And
the way.
also, Graham Cracker looks like he could be like the eyes.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, he looks like a commander.
Yeah, he does.
He looks like Commander
He
Blaine.
does, especially when he got that mustache.
Yeah. I know you had a couple Marthas in your day, honey.
Black Lives Matter. So, that was that.
Yeah. So we have a reunion.
Yeah, so clearly
next
this is not the
week.
last one, which is kind of good because when I was watching it, I said, this is going to be a pretty quick breeze.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there's going to be some Tiaga next week. So we'll be back.
Yeah. For the hopefully finale.
Right. And we have more shows to pick up after that. So, yeah, make sure you sign up for our Patreon, where we cover Handmaid's Tale on video.
And so much more. This week
Yeah,
we
so much more.
we went touring through some hoods of America.
And the journey through your psyche and tapped into your PTSD.
XD literally found the spot in Indiana where I almost got robbed. So if you want to see that, I'm like, and legitimately go to Patreon. We will see y'all niggas tomorrow.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.